All right, well, welcome everyone to our second part of the event today, which is our award ceremony. We just had the exciting super quiz. It was great to see you guys tackle some of those challenging questions. I will admit, I think I only got about 5 total right, so not a decathlete right here. But good to have you guys back for our award ceremony. We're going to start by looking at our teams that are participating this year. So let's give some cheers as we see our team pictures displayed on the screen. All right, you guys look good. Yeah, seriously, good pictures. I love the dog in Christian Brothers too, it's great, yeah. All right, at this time, we're gonna move on and start celebrating your accomplishments. And to do that, we're gonna invite Zanthi to come back up and do what she does best. Zanthi.
All right, so now it's time to present the awards. Yay, let's hear it for them again. Hey! All right, so please remember that we are awarding gold first place medals, silver second place medals, and bronze third place medals for all 3 categories: honor, scholastic, and varsity. There will be a minimum of 3 bronze, 3 silver, and 3 gold medals for each event. In the case of ties, additional medals will be awarded. Bronze medalists will be called up first, followed by silver medalists, and finally gold medalists. Decathletes, please enter the stage on your right. Please remain on stage until all medals have been awarded in that category, after some photos are taken, and then I'll dismiss the group to call the next group up. So this is where we put the balloons here so you can have a little bit of, nice. So students, this is for the essay winners. Students had a choice of 3 essay prompts to write their essays on. One choice asked students to discuss how F. Scott Fitzgerald used parties and social gatherings to expose the emptiness and superficiality of upper-class society in the novel The Great Gatsby. The second choice was a science prompt that asked students to analyze how the Harlem Renaissance reflected both a celebration of African American identity and a critique of racial inequality. The third choice asked students how the discovery of subatomic particles and their electric charges deepened scientific understanding of matter. The essay medalist winners are, in the bronze category, Akiri Chien, Folsom. Madeline East, Elk Grove. Come on up, you come on up. Sanvi San Giuseppe. Folsom. Cody Nguyen, Sheldon. And Avyukt Salver, Vista del Lago. I guess come over on this side. Beautiful. And thank you, bronze medalists, for modeling how we're supposed to come up here. All right, so everybody follow suit. Okay. Silver, Amberlyn Liu, Miraloma. Nolan King, Folsom. Annie Yang, Folsom. Okay. And the gold. Okay, the next one. Okay. And gold is Alessandra Sagesio, Vista del Lago. Ruhi Bindra, Vista del Lago. Hannah Hack, Folsom. And Joseph Craig, Folsom. Okay. All right, in the next category, we're going to talk about the interview. During the competition, each decathlete participated in a 5 to 7 minute interview by a panel of judges. They were evaluated on delivery, voice, language, usage, and nonverbal communication. Additionally, the judges assessed the content of their responses, including listening and answering skills, as well as the overall effectiveness and manner of communication. Now, this time I'm going to name all of the winners, starting with bronze all the way to gold, to come up, and we can all take one big photo. The interview medal winners are Alicia Fang, Rio Americano High School. Ratna Adusumali, Folsom. Colin Caruth, El Camino. Shayla Nguyen, Monterey Trails. In the silver category, Michalina Kwidzinska, Vista del Lago. Ryan Ankog, Christian Brothers. Kelsey Corcoran, Natomas Charter. In the gold category, Caitlin Sequero Pacheco, St. Francis. Hannah Huck, Folsom. And Annie Yang, Folsom. Great. Yay! In the speech event, the speech event required students to deliver a 4-minute prepared speech on the topic of their choice. After presenting their prepared speech, they had 1 minute to choose one of 3 topics and then deliver a 2-minute impromptu speech to a panel of judges. And all the speech medal winners are, in the bronze category, Nixon Her, Monterey Trail. Arsha Day, Vista del Lago. Sofia Banderas, St. Francis. Caitlin Sequera Pacheco, St. Francis, is a silver winner. And also in silver is Hannah Hack, Folsom. And then Ava Lee, Monterey Trail. In the gold category, Hannah Liu, Monterey Trail. Nolan King, Folsom, and Placida Yerasi, Folsom. All right, we now have a speech presentation. So there is no better way to illustrate the strengths and talents of students than to witness their actions. Today, we have the opportunity to hear the speeches from 3 of our medal-winning decathletes in the speech event. We will hear from one decathlete now, and later in the afternoon, we'll hear from the other 2 or the other 3. The first one will be Hannah Liu from Monterey Trail High School. She will present her speech first, and then Hannah, please stay on stage with me while the other decathletes and our medal presenters take their seats. So come on up, I will introduce you to Hannah Liu.
To bean or not to bean? In the 1986 musical, Into the Woods, that is the question. The story follows multiple famous fairy tales like Cinderella, Rapunzel, Jack and the Beanstalk, etc. Their stories all intertwined by beans. It starts with stolen beans, then a familial curse, then a tall beanstalk reaching into the heavens. Then, the beanstalk turns a comedic fairy tale musical into a story with death, adultery, and vengeance. It all leads into one of my favorite musical theater songs of all time, No One Is Alone. No One Is Alone is an emotional song sung by Cinderella and the Baker. They comfort Little Red Riding Hood and Jack after an onslaught of death, and they now face an uncertainty in their lives. Cinderella's advice is, you decide what's good, you decide alone, but no one is alone. To me, that is the heart of the song. Fairy tales are often black and white. Good versus evil. The heroes and villains are obvious. Each plot point flows easily to another, and each story beat has a natural next beat that can often be predicted. Real life is not as simple or predictable. We cannot simply wait for the beans to magically grow overnight. We must seize the moment and take action. However, whether on an individual basis or societal one, we do not often know the impact of our actions in advance. Even with the best of intentions, even when we decide it is good, we do not know what the outcome will be. For example, friendships. I've made many friends searching for a good connection. Some friendships have stuck by with me for years and will continue to do so. Others have been short-lived. We've drifted apart or had a messy fallout. Not everyone is good. Some people are bad for you, but others will bring the best out of you. There's not always a way to know for sure. On a wider scale, many efforts have been made to resolve global conflict and create peace in the region. For example, the creation of the State of Israel was to provide a safe haven for Jewish people after the anti-Semitism and persecution of the Holocaust. Yet, decades after Israel's establishment in 1948, there's still undeniably violence and conflict happening in the region. Life is no fairy tale, but even without the certainty of a simple narrative, we must take action. We must decide what is good, act, and then deal with the consequences. Your choices are yours. Steal the beans, scam a child with those beans, climb the beanstalk. Do as you wish. No one can take away your autonomy, but your actions have an impact that will be felt wide and far. Cinderella's advice applies to us, even in the real world, because in that sequence of actions, we are not alone. The people in our lives are not just side characters. They're our loved ones, our hated ones, our in-between ones, our people. No matter how lengthy friendships are or how sour they've become, they still hold value from the lessons and experiences we've learned and taught each other. We are always seeking the good. We get closer when we seek it together. We are not alone. No one is alone, truly. Fairy tale endings do not exist, and when I've had to face that fact, it frightened me and made me hesitant to act. Over the years, though, I've learned there's little room for delay or inaction. I've grown to have confidence that I can choose what is right, and that when those actions have unintended impacts, I'll not be alone in addressing them. I know perfect fairy tale endings do not exist, but I also know that in acting thoughtfully and cultivating a community around me, a happy ending is still within reach. So, to answer the question of to bean or not to bean responsibly. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Great speech. I shall bean. All right, we're going to move on to our art competition winner. Prior to competition day, the Sacramento County Office of Education held an art competition. Artists were invited to submit work that represented this year's theme, the Roaring Twenties. We had a fantastic selection of artwork, as you can see in the background. And the winning piece is used for the Academic Decathlon poster, t-shirts, and other printed materials. So this year, we would like to honor the overall winner of the Academic Decathlon art competition. And our winner is Isabella Servin from St. Francis High School. So, coming up to receive the award on behalf of Isabella Servin from San Francisco High School is the coach. And we have a framed copy of here for you. Thank you. The art portion of the competition, of course, focused on the introduction to art of the Jazz Age. And I'll tell you who the winners of that are. The medalist winners are in the bronze category. And again, please all come up. Ready? Michalina Kwidzinska from Vista Del Lago. Ananya Pujari, Folsom. Arsha Day, Vista Del Lago. Antonio Castellanos, Vista Del Lago. In the silver category, Alessandra Sagesio, Vista Del Lago. Ruhi Bindra, Vista Del Lago. And Ava Lee, Monterey Trail. In the gold category, Gabrielle Zhang, Pleasant Grove. Hannah Huck, Folsom. And Anna Yang, Folsom. All right, mathematics. The mathematics curriculum and test questions cover general mathematics and an overview of permutations, combinations, algebra, and statistics. The mathematics medal winners are from Mira Loma, Amberlyn Liu, Pleasant Grove, Anson Galande, Vista Del Lago, Arush Pogulakonda. In the silver category, Folsom, Ratna Adsumali, Folsom, Hanahak, Pleasant Grove, May Ku, and Christian Brothers, Anika Belms. In the gold category, from Monterey Trail, Rayan Mohammed, El Camino, Ryan Hood, Vista Del Lago, Sanjeev Ambalan, and from Folsom, Annie Yang. Up next, we have another speech. And this speech now is from Caitlin Sequera Pacheco from St. Francis High School. Please join us up here, Caitlin. As she comes up here, big round of applause for our mathematics winners.
There is an insidious trend sweeping our nation, a plague infecting the minds of our youth. It's a sign of the ages, of humanity's ignorance and of its apathy. Oh my God. LOL. IDK, how you write so good. Did you catch that? It was bad grammar. Or was it? I've heard similar sentiments echoed thousands of times by disgruntled parents. The kids these days don't know how to talk. They're always going on with their abbreviations, acronyms, and their absurd brain rot. But I think a lot of these claims are unfairly harsh. What makes this bad grammar bad grammar? Is it the nonsense slang? Words like riz or rage bait, Oxford Dictionary's Words of the Year for 2023 and 2025, respectively. Well, let's take a nosedive into the history of this vocab to diffuse some of the tension. Nosedive, diffuse, and even the shortened vocab. All words which appeared in popular use within the last century. And yet no one complains that they're not real English. Similarly, modern slang should not be discredited. As long as it's used in a conversation to convey information, like rage bait, it's a valid word. Language is constantly evolving. Okay, but maybe that's not the problem. The new words are fine, but we have perfectly good old words that these kids are abbreviating to LOL or IDK. Well, acronyms are an integral part of many languages, and they serve a grammatical function. Now, more than ever, the internet necessitates them. And it's less of kids forgetting how to spell, laugh out loud, and more of a shorthand. It's for conveying the most amount of information in the most succinct language possible. However, there is a real, serious problem at the heart of this debate. There's prejudice underlying a lot of the distaste for bad grammar. There is classism and elitism inextricable with racism. The use of the habitual be, as in that's how it be, or the use of the double negative, in there ain't no rest for the wicked. These are both common features of African American vernacular English, or AAVE for short. And in our modern day, youthful demographics are continuously appropriating AAVE, especially in internet spaces. It is the features of AAVE that many critique, and they are denying a valid English dialect. Thus, the notion that this type of speak is the way someone uneducated would talk is rooted in deeply classist and deeply racist stereotypes. But, okay, if all of this isn't bad grammar, then what's good grammar? Is it language that brings more clarity to a conversation? Well, I do a lot of writing in my free time, and I don't think that that is the case, as there were instances where I had to rewrite grammatically correct sentences for the sake of clarity. Doesn't that sound silly? Had, or do, that do. Well, those are technically correct, but obviously no good writer would use them. They'd rephrase to avoid that repetition. Thus, appropriate and clear grammar isn't of itself clear writing. So the next time you want to chastise the youth for being grammatically incorrect, consider that language is fluid, recognize the cultural context, and perhaps these linguistic quirks aren't a sign of laziness, but rather efficiency. Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin. In our music category, the music of the jazz age, here are the winners. In the bronze category, Raymond Mohammed from Monterey Trail. From Folsom, Nolan King. And also from Folsom, Joseph Craig. In the silver category, Vista del Lago, Alessandra Sagesio. Vista del Lago, Ruhi Bindra. And Christian Brothers, Anika Belms. From Folsom, Aikri Shien. Hannah Hack from Folsom. And Annie Yang from Folsom. Thank you. Good job. In social science, the section focused on the Roaring Twenties. The social science medal winners are from Monterey Trail, Rayan Mohammed. Vista del Lago, Michalina Kwidzinska. From Pleasant Grove, Gabriel Zhang. From Folsom, Nolan King. And from Christian Brothers, Anika Belms. In the silver category, from Folsom, Ananya Pujari. From Folsom, Sanvi Sangisetti. And from Folsom, Joseph Craig. In the gold category, from Folsom, Aikri Chien. From Folsom, Hannah Hack. And from Folsom, Annie Yang. This year's science topic was an introduction to electricity and magnetism. The science medal winners are from Christian Brothers, Hanan Nguyen. In the bronze category, Folsom, Nolan King. And from Monterey Trail, Ava Lee. In the silver category, Monterey Trail, Rayan Mohammed. Vista del Lago, Sanjeev Ambalam. And also from Vista del Lago, Ayuth Salver. From the gold category, Christian Brothers, Alessandra Mauricio. From Folsom, Hannah Hack. And Folsom, Annie Yang. In the economics category, the next awards are for economics portion of the competition. The economics curriculum covered fundamental economic concepts, including microeconomics and macroeconomics. There was also a thematic section on the U.S. economy in the 1920s. And the medal winners are in the bronze category, Vista del Lago, Capiche Kalita, Miraloma, Amberlyn Liu, Folsom, Nolan King, and Vista del Lago, Antonio Castellanos. In the silver category, Monterey Trail, Rayan Mohammed, Christian Brothers, Alessandra Mauricio, Vista del Lago, Ruhi Bindra, and from Folsom, Annie Yang. In the gold category, Vista del Lago, Alessandra Sagezio. From Sheldon, Zaina Abushi. From Folsom, Hannah Hack. From Folsom, Sanvi Sangisetti. And from Vista del Lago, Ayuk Salva. Very good. The language and literature content focused on this year's novel, The Great Gatsby, by F. Scott Fitzgerald. In addition to the novel, decathletes were also tested on their knowledge of selected shorter works about the 1920s. The language literature medals are from Vista del Lago, Alessandra Sagezio, bronze. From Folsom, Nolan King. And also from Vista del Lago, Ayuk Salva. In the silver category, Christian Brothers, Alessandra Mauricio, Folsom, Sanvi Sangisetti, and Folsom, Anna Yang. In the gold category, from Folsom, Akiri Chien, Folsom, Hannah Hack, and Folsom, Joseph Craig. at this time, we will now hear from our final highest scoring decathlete in speech. Please welcome Nolan King from Folsom High School.
A pounding pulse. Let's try that again. A pounding pulse, a surge of adrenaline, bone-deep exhaustion, and determination to get to the finish line. The end of a running race is when you truly see how well you can fight through pain to keep on going no matter what it feels like. At that point in the race, a runner should be moving their fastest, emptying everything that they have left in an effort to shave just a few more seconds off of their final time. I've been running cross-country and distance track for almost 4 years now, and I've learned to both look forward to and dread that last stretch before the finish. Sometimes that section beats me, and I stumble across the line, wanting to do nothing more than collapse on the ground. Other times, I finish the way that I want to, sprinting to the end at the fastest I can go, then still collapsing on the ground. All those finishes of both types have helped me learn how important it is to push through something difficult with the greatest effort right when it feels the most useless or impossible. Sometimes a gritty finish can be the difference between success and disappointment at the end of a race. Last track season, I came into the final race still 8 seconds shy of my goal of a sub 5-minute mile, knowing that it would be my last shot at the milestone for another year. When the race arrived, I knew exactly what I needed to run for each lap in order to get under 5, so it was just up to me to execute. The first lap, 1:14, right on pace. The second, 2:30, once again, right where I wanted to be. On the third lap, however, it all fell apart. My legs felt like they were strapped with weights, and each breath was coming through a thin straw. I started the fourth and final lap at 3:47. 2 seconds slower than the pace I needed to be at for a sub 5. I specifically remember that moment at the start of the final lap as a major turning point for me, as I decided in that moment that if I were to miss my goal, it was not going to be because of lack of effort. I don't remember much from the rest of that lap, but I do know that I ran it in 1 minute and 11 seconds, my fastest split of the race, and ended with a final time of 4:58, sub 5 with a second to spare. In that instance, pushing through the pain allowed me to hit a goal that I didn't really think was possible anymore, and I still take a lot of pride in the way that I ran that race. Finishing strong in a bad race, however, can often be even harder than it is in a good one. When all seems lost and there's no shot at a goal time anymore, it can feel futile to try and have a sprint to the finish. However, that can be the most important time to push. Finish strong in a bad race, and it makes the whole thing seem better, which puts you in a better mental place to continue training and racing. I've seen that concept help me outside of running as well. Late last school year, I was in a bad spot. My grades were down the drain, I hated coming to school, and I had no motivation left for the end of the school year and finals. About a month out from the end, though, I sat down and really looked at my current school situation and decided that if there was any chance to pull the semester from the dirt, I had to go for it. So I put my head down, studied, retook a bunch of tests, and prepared as much as I could for finals. I ended up finishing with mostly B's. That school year, it felt like there was nothing I could do and no point in trying, but it turned out that a strong finish really was capable of turning around my perception and my results from the school year. While it still wasn't a year that I would like to repeat, I can look back on it and feel more pride than frustration because of the way that I finished. That's what makes a strong finish so important. Regardless of whether you hit the original target, it is always, always more satisfying to finish at your best. Thank you.
All the speeches have been great. Nolan, Caitlin, Hannah, thank you very much. Wonderful speeches. No, yes, wonderful. It's good. All right, we have several team awards now to go through. And we're going to start with our Super Quiz team medals. Yay! The super quiz took place here earlier this afternoon. You were all witnesses of that. It consisted of questions from all of this year's curriculum, including art, music, language and literature, science, economics, social science, and math. It's time to announce the final super quiz winners, and we will go in order from bronze through gold. I'll call each team up just by the, do you want just bronze with the coach, and then they go back and then silver? Okay, so just the bronze will come up, coach also, and then you'll go back, and then silver will come up, and then gold. All right. Our bronze medal winner of the super quiz for Sacramento County is Monterey Trail High School. Come on up. Ryan Mohammed, Nixon Hearn, Hannah Liu, Timothy Nguyen, Cassandra Lee, Marilou Sandig, Shayla Nguyen, Yuyan Yu, and Ava Lee. Awesome. Good job, Monterey Trail High School. Our silver super quiz team medal goes to Vista Del Lago High School. Alessandra Sagesio, Mikalina Zvidzinska, Kapish Kalita, Sanjeev Ambalam, Ruhi Bindra Arshade, Avyuk Salver, Arush Pogulakunda, and Antonio Castellanos. Yay, congratulations. And the gold medal winner of the Super Quiz team for Sacramento County is Folsom High School. Radha Adusumali, Ananya Pujari, Akari Chien, Hannah Hack, Sanvi Sangisetti, Nolan King, Joseph Craig, Praseda Yarasi, and Annie Yang. Now we're on to the Super Quiz individual. In addition to our Super Quiz team awards, we would like to recognize the following students for their individual efforts in the Super Quiz. So we will start with our bronze medalists, then our silver, and then our gold. Do you want them all up here at the same time? Okay, so I'm going to call the school first so you can hear the names. From Monterey Trail in the bronze category, Rayon Mohammed. Vista Del Lago, Kapish Kalita. Folsom, Ananya Pujari. St. Francis, Ann Schick. Pleasant Grove, Gabrielle Zhang. Christian Brothers, Hannah Nguyen. Vista Del Lago, Ruhi Bindra. And Monterey Trail, Yuyan Wu. In the silver category, from Monterey Trail, Nixon Her. Monterey Trail, Hannah Liu. Vista Del Lago, Mikalina Kvitzinska. Vista Del Lago, Alessandra Sergesio. Folsom, Ratna Adusumali. Christian Brothers, Alessandra Mauricio. And Folsom, Hannah Hack. Folsom, Nolan King. Vista Del Lago, Antonio Castellanos. Vista Del Lago, Arush Pogulakonda. Vista Del Lago, Avkud Salver. In the gold category, or the gold medalists, are Christian Brothers, Anessa Valenton. Folsom, Sanvi Sangisetti. Folsom, Joseph Craig. Folsom, Prasida Yarasi. And Folsom, Annie Yang. Now we will be honoring our top scoring team members. It's important to recognize the hard work put forth by these young people here with us today. We now present the top scoring team members from each school. The top scorers on each team represent some of the finest students their schools have to offer, and we salute them. Please come to the stage as I announce your name. Bella Vista High School, Hannah Anderson. Christian Brothers High School, Alessandra Mauricio. El Camino Fundamental High School, Jaron Mole. Elk Grove High School, Logan East. Folsom High School, Hannah Hack. Mesa Verde High School, Rowan Hawkins Howell. Miraloma High School, Amberlyn Yu. Monterey Trail High School, Ryan Mohammed. Natomas Charter, Emiliano Alfaro. Pleasant Grove High School, Gabriel Zhang. Rio Americano High School, Alicia Feng. Rio Linda High School, Eric Light. Sheldon High School, Zaina Abushi. St. Francis High School, Caitlin Sequera Pacheco. Vista del Lago High School, Alessandra Segezia. Now it's time for the 2026 Team Leadership Award. Our next award is the Team Leadership Award. Decathletes receiving this award distinguished themselves by displaying outstanding leadership skills, contributing significantly to the team's spirit and success. The recipients of the Team Leadership Award are Bella Vista High School, Hannah Anderson. Christian Brothers, Anessa Valenton. El Camino, Ryan Hood. Elk Grove, Logan East. Folsom, Hannah Hack. Mesa Verde High School, Rowan Hawkins Howell. Miraloma, Sophia Deichmann. Monterey Trail, Shayla Nguyen. Natomas Charter, Poppy Howland. Pleasant Grove, Gabriel Zhang. Rio Americano High School, Alicia Feng. Rio Linda High School, Eric Light. Sheldon, Zaina Abushi. St. Francis, Caitlin Sequera Pacheco. And Vista del Lago, Alessandra Segezia. Awesome. Now at this time, we would like to recognize a group of students who demonstrate what it really means to work as a team. As schools prepare each year for the competition, they are allowed to have only 9 people on their team. However, each school is allowed to have additional decathletes who study and prepare all year and are ready to fill in as needed. Here in Sacramento, additional decathletes may participate alongside their team members in all of the events except the Super Quiz. These decathletes are not officially eligible for medals, but we wanted to publicly recognize their outstanding achievement. They pushed their teammates toward excellence. At this time, I would like to have all of the additional decathletes stand as we recognize them for the hard work they put into preparing for the competition. Please stand. Good job. We would also like to recognize the top 10 highest scoring additional decathletes in order from 10th to 1st place. So in that order, I will start with Vista del Lago, Shravya Kopada. From Folsom, Airushi Dudvala. From Folsom, Pooja Betapudi. From Vista del Lago, Roshini Malavanti. From Folsom, Arushi Jasani. From Vista del Lago, Addison Yuang. Vista del Lago, Ashlyn Eilbacher. Vista del Lago, Nandika Tiwari. Vista del Lago, Viren Chauhan. And from Folsom, Manavsi Borg. Decathletes are the students who have achieved the highest cumulative scores in all 10 events in each of their respective categories: honors, scholastic, and varsity. Here are your super decathletes. In the bronze level, Christian Brothers, Alessandra Mauricio. From Folsom, Nolan King. From Christian Brothers, Anika Belms. In the silver medal category, from Folsom, Aikari Chien. Vista del Lago, Ruhi Bindra. Vista del Lago, Ivkut Salver. The gold level, Vista del Lago, Alessandra Sagezio. From Folsom, Hannah Hack. And from Folsom, Annie Yang. All right, now for the top scoring team awards. At this time, we would like to announce the top scoring teams ranked 8th through 6th. Please stand at your seats when your team is announced. Here we go. 8th place, Natomas Charter. In 7th place, Sheldon High School. In 6th place, Miraloma High School. Now, on to announcing the top 5 teams. The 5th highest scoring team from the 2026 competition is St. Francis High School. Sofia Banderas, Erin Figuis, Mary Gaffey, Julianne Nguyen, Madeline Oberliz, Anna Schick, Caitlin Sequera Pacheco, Jocelyn Villaflor, and Catherine Watkins with their coaches, Brian Briggs and Robin Williams. Congratulations again. St. Francis High School, 5th place. The 4th highest scoring team from the 2026 competition is Monterey Trail High School. Nixon Herr, Nala Lee, Cassandra Lee, Hannah Lou, Rayan Mohammed, Shayla Nguyen, Timothy Nguyen, Mary Lou Sandig, and Yu Yan Yu, with their coaches Kevin Williams and Karina Nelson. Oh, as well as Madeline Williams and Eva Nelson. Congratulations, Monterey Trail High School. The bronze medal team from the 2026 competition is Christian Brothers High School. Mark Aguilio, Ryan Ancog, Anika Belms, Acacia Enos, Samantha Ira, Alessandra Mauricio, Hannah Nguyen, Anessa Valenton, with her coach, Casey Reeve. Yay. Congratulations, Christian Brothers. The silver medal team from the 2026 competition is Vista Del Lago High School. Sanjeev, Ambalam, Ruhi Bindra, Antonio Castellanos, Alshade, Kapish Kalita, Mikalina Kvitzinska, Arush Pogulakonda, Alkyuth Salver, and Alessandra Sagezio with their coach, Jessica Mann. Congratulations, Sister Delgado. Drum roll, please. It is with pride that we announce the winning team whose members will represent all Sacramento County decathletes at the California Academic Decathlon in March 2026 with a total score of 45,203 points. Our champion team is Folsom High School. Ananya Pujari, Sanvi Sanjisetti, Annie Yang, Praseda Yerasi, with their coaches Melinda Wilson and Ryan Peterson. Congratulations. Congratulations to Folsom High School. So it has truly been an enjoyable and exciting afternoon. We congratulate all of the schools, coaches, and participants, and we wish the Folsom team the best in their continuing pursuit of the gold. With that, I would like to hand the microphone back over to Mr. Craig Irish, who will close out our day. And again, thank you very much.
Let's give Zonthi a big hand for all the announcing she did today. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Well, congratulations to all the schools and teams for participating in this competition and your accomplishments. I'm very proud of you. I look forward to working and seeing many of you next year. The theme for next year should be out in March sometime. And thank you for being here. Thank you for participating, and have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Thank you.